Hey everyone, this is a grumpy old guy gaming. So I'd never thought to actually get my camera up and running when I did the stream earlier. Apologies on that. We're gonna make up for that right here. We're gonna play some more Wizardry. This was gonna be the stuff that I had planned on doing. Um, let's see if yeah, that's not a big change here. This was gonna be the stuff I'd planned on doing here for Monday's upload. But I did promise a stream. I'm a man of my word. We'll go ahead and do a stream. So if you look at the party, Agog is now a bishop. Sarah has turned evil, presumably because we accidentally clicked to fight a friendly party in the dungeon. We didn't fight them, we ran away. But you got what you got. On the bright side, we can finally go ahead and cash in that feel stone. And now if we look at our spell list for Agog, he's got Krita and Teal in the sorcerers, and Feel in the priests. So now it's time to go back into the labyrinth. Going to conserve our magic and find our way back to the swordsman so we can learn the allied actions this time. It's pretty weird. That's twice in a row we've been through here without a chest being right in that first hallway. If you remember, the first couple times through we got a transfer potion right there. Hope you're all doing well on this Sunday. Rare afternoon stream for me. Going up against a rogue here, just full attacks. No reason not to. There's that one in the books. And we get some Thief's Blood. So the nice thing is, since we're back to level 1, we'll level a little quicker now. Keo takes first slime down, Ricardo to follow. Sarah really chucking those throwing knives with authority now. Okay, that's that battle in the books. Look at that, we're almost a level 2 bishop. We may end up going back to town just to cash that in, honestly. There's a treasure chest, hiding in the corner there. Let's see if this is our welcome to the dungeon transfer potion. It is. So we'll count that as sort of a free ride. We'll go till we get a level up, see how far it is to level up to 3, and then head back before reaching the swordsman. I know it's a little extra time, but what the heck, it's a special stream. Gotta make sure we're ready, right? Friendly monsters, let's leave them alone. See, I'm learning. You just gotta remember to pause and read. Enjoy the run. We're not speed running here. If you know me, you know I don't speed run anything. I don't run. Got a big old line of orcs and a pixie. So if you remember well, you don't remember our trick from earlier because there was no camera, but we're going to target the pixie with a Kratos spell, then back out and use the attack command, and Keo will still be targeting the pixie back there. Taking that little bit of animation away really sort of stopped things from gumming up too much. That was neat how that worked. Okay. So 4 on 4 at this point, and a couple of the orcs are wounded. We'll take that. You know, not too mad at all about that. Nothing ran away. We'll get a good amount of experience there. Ding to 2, and yeah, we're not sticking around to level 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and transfer potion back. Wow, we got a lot of spells to make, don't we? I forgot about that second field stone, too. Head into the lodgings real quick. 200 gold altogether, absolutely. Oh, it only knocked us back 1 level. Okay. So we're back to level 5. Did it keep us? Yeah. So level 5 bishop. 2 spells of each type. That's a nice little balance. Let's go ahead. Use that field stone. Get ourselves to level 2 heal. Let's get back to the store. Do we have anything to sell? We no longer have to appraise things here. That's the big thing about having a bishop. You could appraise things for free. No? Okay. Nothing to sell, so we'll just go ahead and make some spells. Make material. Make a Cout stone. Increases the agility of 1 person. Yeah, sure. Any chance I have to diversify items and keep more things in stock to make different spells at the beginning, I like to do that. Mainly because I just like to diversify the number of spells I have available. A full spell list is what I'm going for out of these. Hardy Stone increases the evade of a user, so basically the exact same spell, only for sorcerers. Not too worried about Keo getting a full spell list. I'm sure we'll get there eventually, but it's not top priority. Now we can make another Cout stone. Don't really see the need for either of those. We can make a Cretus stone. Level up some fire. Take a couple broken swords, but we'll do it. This is going to Agog. Get his sorcerer spells up and powerful. Let's make a field stone. Make sure everyone's at least at level 2. Could see that 1 in green is a new way of making it we haven't tried before. I see I'm torn here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the 2 slimes goo just to cross it off the list. Everybody's rank 2, so we'll make Sarah rank 3. She's the priest, she's the best healer out of us. And we can make another Cout spell. 2 Thief's Blood. And this is going to open up a lot of inventory space for us mainly. There's the Catstone. Keep our casters just rolling in the options. Again, Keo, we're not too worried about having options because he's going to attack most of the time. We could still make a Hardy Stone though, so this worked out pretty well. And I don't think Keo knows that one yet, so he'll learn a new spell after all. What do you know? Usually don't use those spells. Myself, I don't. Okay. So that's it for town here. Let's go back in. Now this time, seriously. Going to find the swordsman, learn the allied actions. Hey, healing potion that time. Not going to turn that down. You'll also notice how I'm sort of turning weird around corners there. It's to prevent ambushes whenever possible. Surprise attack you could live through, back attacks can be a bit painful. So whenever possible, I try to avoid those. Through the door here, and then we're going to hold in the run button, burst through the wall, and we find ourselves a little combat. Pixie and some slimes. Okay, we know how to handle this. Another interesting thing that I covered this morning and didn't really translate because I was a doof. Monsters don't have a specific set hit point value. They have a loose range. So you'll see a Gogs hitting for 9 damage with that throwing knife. Some slimes it'll kill, some slimes it won't. It's right in that range. They have about 8 to 10. Picked up 115 experience there. Hey, another field stone. Awesome. Were there 2? Yeah, I guess there were 2 combats there. I thought it was a little weird that there was no bogey cat there. So here we go with the bogey cat. If you remember the first time we faced one, it absolutely tore us up, and there all it could manage is 1 damage. Oh, what a beautiful thing leveling is. Let's use that field stone, level up a Gog's heal. In this session, he's gone from not knowing the spell to having it at rank 3. Cut that turn a little sharp, didn't I? 4 harpies. Okay. Keo takes down the first, Ricardo takes the second. And we'll have 2 waiting for us here on the other side. That's what the front line's for. They do the dirty work and casters help in a pinch. head on down this way. I don't think so there's going to be a shop in here later. It's the Smiley shop. You'll see it when it comes in. I've always wondered why it was put there. I guess just to give you a way to buy items once you're in here, but it just never made the most sense to me. It is kind of neat how they present it, though. So we're back in the room. Swordsman says, "You finally made it." He said this last time, too. He glares at us, says, "Oh, quite impressive. I can feel the trust growing within your party. I'm impressed with the amount of trust that has already grown in such a short period." Well, he missed last session, too. I may have made a mistake. Done well with your comrades, should be able to master the techniques with ease. So he's going to teach us the allied actions. He goes on to explain that that doesn't come from any supernatural powers, but rather the power of trust. It says the power of 2 who trust each other greatly exceeds the power of 10 who lack it. We don't have much time, our lesson will be brief. Are we ready? Yes, we're as prepared as we can be. Swordsman says, "I wish to ask you, what would you do if an enemy were to attack swiftly? Would you avoid the attack? You would only be able to do that if you were a superior ninja who could move like the wind. Then would you endure the attack? Even if you wore the strongest of all armor, the armor would be useless if your enemy had poison on his blade. Then what would you do? That would be easy, you just need to halt your enemy before his attack. One of your comrades in the back row can use a throwing weapon to stop the enemy. This is called the restrict shot. Probably one of my favorite in the game. You should test it. I mean, yeah, that's why we're here. Restrict shot is a big, big thing. So he's putting us up against a samurai here. Samurai's going to try attacking Kyo, and we get 11 damage on him, and prevent his attack. Kyo comes in for the finish. 150 experience just for that samurai. Good payout, 200 gold. We've mastered the restrict shot. Swordsman comes back into view, recites magic words. Hey, we're completely healed. So we actually make out a couple hit points on that deal too. Now on to the next one. Think of a battle as mass confusion. Sure. It is a battle of chaotic individuals fighting for chivalry. This can also be taken care of with an allied action. If you don't know how to avoid a rush, a simultaneous enemy attack, you may as well be minced meat. And you ask how that may be possible? Your strength is vital here. Your front row will form a solid wall, not only to diminish damage from the attack, but to break down their rush. This is called the front guard. Probably not one of my favorites, but it's certainly got its applications. So we are facing an egregious amount of orcs here. Gonna go defensively, front guard. Not gonna bother with her spells, just have her attack. Agog, however, will heal the entire back row. Wish we'd have done the front row now that I look at it. They decided not to rush. Oh, there we are. There's the rush. And it did nothing since we had the front guard set. We're going to go ahead and set that front guard again and just do the same thing. I'm pretty confident we'll get our spells back after this. And I'm also pretty confident this can take out 6 orcs. Even with the resist. Sorry, I had the limiter disabled there for a sec. Try and get whatever speed I could out of that. We have mastered the front guard. Swordsman comes back. Come on, full heal. He recites the magic words, our screen goes blue for a second again, and we are back to full. So good gamble there. Last one he's going to teach is the first one that he learned. An experienced warrior can avoid just about any single blow, no matter how fast the attack. There is almost no man who could dodge 2 simultaneous blows. 2 of you in the front row will raid the enemy for an instant attack. This is called the double slash. It's a basic but deadly technique. Then a voice from behind says, I finally found you, and we are reacquainted with Virgo. You, pig crap, I went for nothing. I thought he was supposed to be visiting a grave on the 4th floor. And why is that person who's supposed to be there right here? Casta appeared before you as if he was hurled by Virgo. So Virgo is still dragging Casta around. Casta apologizes to the swordsman, says, I couldn't fool her. Casta scurried behind the swordsman. Virgo says, hey, handsome, so I hear you went all the way. Won't you tell poor little me how to get down there? Swordsman says, you shouldn't go. Virgo responds, what are you saying? Tells her it's for her own good. If you really want to do good, just tell me how to get there. She's losing patience. Swordsman's still stonewalling, though. Virgo says, okay, I understand, and then she calls back her kobold buddies from earlier. Remember we met them at the start of the dungeon? They certainly didn't forget us. And they're threatening to hit the swordsman. So the swordsman says perfect timing, and I think he sees this, as a bit of a training opportunity for us. Says if you can defeat Virgo, you should be able to lead your own party and venture through the labyrinth. Should be able to defeat her if you use the allied actions I've taught you. Just trust yourselves. Okay. This we can do. So she's rallying the kobolds around. They're nice enough to tell us they can't do a rush, so we're not going to waste time with the front guard. And we get effectively our first mini-boss of this game. Virgo with 2 kobolds. She's in the back row there. How do we want to handle this? We'll restrict shot for now, and just let Keo and Ricardo attack the kobolds. That should take them out right away. Virgo's more than likely going to cast anyway. She casts Strain, which doesn't seem to do anything. Now we'll go ahead and do a double slash. Show you what that looks like. Sarah will attack. And we will cast ourselves a good old level 2 fire spell. Actually, you know what? Sarah's not going to attack. She's going to cast Barrett's. Is Barrett's the one I want? Yep. Inflicts damage to one enemy. And then we're going to cast Krita. Here comes the double slash. Just a ton of damage there. Just about 90. A little over 90 damage there between those two. Here comes another spell. This one's a Krita, and it hits hard. That's 28 damage. Keep the pressure on her. See if this double slash does the trick. Yeah, that's going to do it. That critical hit pushed us well over 100 on that, and there was no way Virgo was surviving that one. Pick up 240 experience, so not enough to level up Ricardo or Sarah there. Pick up 320 gold, though. That was nice. We have mastered the double slash. Virgo says, geez, why aren't you guys rushing? And the kobold points out that they don't have enough anyway. Virgo doesn't want to hear it, though, because she's more concerned about results than the method, apparently. Result is she lost, and pretty badly. So we're now public enemy number 1. Casta seems impressed with us. And we've gained Casta's respect. So the swordsman's going to task him with telling everyone about us. We go back to town. Swordsman says, I can at last depart you. He says, I would fight for you, but I cannot anymore. The evil that lurks in this town has torn my body and soul to pieces. Swordsman's voice sounded faint. Shadow of death was approaching so quickly that he had trouble supporting his posture. Says, Agog, head into the dark labyrinth. Your order is to find the truth that lies in that darkness. You have the abilities to do so. You are the chosen one to be the leader of your party. Gee, that's special. The swordsman gradually fades away into thin air. Says, you must remember that you are not fighting alone. Your strength will increase with the trust of your comrades, but if that trust is lost, you will vanish into the darkness of the labyrinth. His voice was despairing and hollow, as if coming from far away. I was a happy man. I had friends. I had loved ones. I understand now as I die. Even the worst of hardships and tragedies did not ruin me. At this moment, all of those ordeals are fond memories. The bell has just struck. It is the calling to my funeral. I have yet to see if I will be going to heaven or hell. And with that, he's gone. But we do gain some ranks here. In fact, we're up to the 3rd rank already. Developed a party rank, and we've obtained the following allied actions. We've learned Flee Together, Invert Rows, Front Guard, Restrict Shot, and Double Slash. We've also been attacked. So let's go ahead and put a couple of these into action, huh? We'll do the old Restrict Shot. That'll take out the 2nd orc there. And Ricardo finishes the 3rd. So now it's time for the kobolds. Worked so well the first time, don't see a reason not to do it the second. Ricardo even gets a critical on that one, and the third runs right into the restrict. Pick up a treasure chest out of this. And we have an unidentified shield. So before going any further, first off, let's go ahead and heal Keo back up to full. That sounds like a good idea. Now let's take that shield, hand it over to Agog, and have him appraise it. It's a metal shield. Okay. Well balanced that even a thief can equip it. Let's hand it over. Keo's already got one. Ricardo doesn't, so we'll make our tanky guy even tankier. Small steel shield is now available. This is the one from way back at the beginning there. And we'll go ahead and give this to Sarah, since it's not going to hurt her to have it. Well, take a step back here. And Ricardo wants to say something. So he says, more trust within a party leads to even more strength, huh? I was told long ago that trust is useless. When I'm with you guys, I realize that that is wrong. I feel like this is the team where I belong. Just like that swordsman said, you're the leader from now on, I'll be relying on you. Well, we've got Ricardo's vote of confidence, that's nice. Says his quest is over. Keo looks at us, says, I accept the swordsman's belief of risking one's own life. He sacrificed his life to execute his duties, and without fear of death he taught us new techniques. His spirit was trained to be as solid as steel. No matter how much I train, I would never get close to being like him. Keo had a solemn look. The thought of death ran painfully in his mind. Yeah, not a real uplifting week for Wizardry, has it? It does sort of have a bit of a somber note to it. Says, as long as I don't give up, I know I can get close to being like that swordsman. Sorry, Agog, I may be a nuisance, but please bear with me. Keo's not a nuisance, he's easily our best attacker. So his quest is also over. Sarah says, I feel as long as I'm with you guys, I'll be okay in the labyrinth. I never told anyone this, but I have a dream. I want to help all those people in town who are sick and wounded. Those who have money and power are able to live in Duan, but the reality is there are people who can't even go to the temple. That is the reason I became a priestess. I know your goals are different than mine, but I still hope that we can get along. I'm counting on you, leader. So we've got the confidence of our party, at least a bit. So we're going to go over a bit of a crash course in trust as it goes in this game. Represents the strength of the bond between you and your comrades, as in our party rank. Our comrades will be dissatisfied with their lack of trust and vice versa. If we want to know how your comrades feel, just view their status. The meter in the upper right status will indicate trust. Our party rank gives us plenty of potential in qualifying as a respected leader, but be careful of becoming too arrogant. Your true worth will be tested starting here, and we're wished good luck by the helpful tutorial sprite. So when it says you could check the trust meter, you could see it up there. You've got that little bead meter up there with the colors of the rainbow. Keo's already up to the third rank, that yellow one, and then the little trust experience meter to the next rank. We're just starting into the third rank with him and Ricardo and Sarah. So, rank 3, pretty good spot for us to be in. Got 6,000 gold. You know what? Let's just go ahead and take a transfer potion back. I know we're burning through them like crazy, but we've did what we wanted to do. I say this is a good point to just save up and call it a session. Hit the lodgings here. As you enter the lodge, a female warrior was leaving. Innkeeper says, "You fought many monsters yesterday, didn't you?" Says, "I can tell you've grown strong building experience." The female warrior says, "I've gained many things. I'll venture even further today." Take care from the innkeeper, and this female warrior just comes right up to us and tells us to move. Once again, only the friendliest in Duhan. Female warrior glares at you. "Do you have a problem with me? Do you actually have pride? Stop joking around. You adventurers are all satisfied with just taking the treasure from the labyrinth. If you ask me, you're the same as kobolds scavenging for carcasses. Anything to refute?" You just glare into her eyes. "Improve yourself." After whispering that, she exited the lodge. Really hostile encounter there. But hey, what can you do? 200 gold. Again, happy to spend that. Level up the crew a bit. Ricardo's up to level 6. And Sarah makes level 5. Go ahead back out here, and we'll pick up in the bar next time, crossing the quests off and looking for new quests to do. In the meantime, this is where we're going to stop it for the day. Want to thank you for joining me for this makeup stream of Wizardry, and just a quick sign off. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, and we'll catch you in the next.